part of the networks of Mid-Missouri.
Tonight's Columbia Public Schools live high school basketball coverage is made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and Sticklin & Sticklin.
Hello and welcome to Rockbridge High School. It's the Battle of Providence Road tonight. It's the Rockbridge Bruins host the Hickman Cupies. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mitchell Kaminsky. Alongside me, Hudson Summerall. Hudson, you know, if you're looking at the previous history of these matchups, Rockbridge has had the better of them. They've won their last 11 meetings against the Cupies. Cupies' last win dating back to 2015, but last year, that game came down to the wire very easily. Could have pulled that win off.
Yeah, you're right. It was back and forth, down to the wire, and Rockbridge came out on top. That game was at Hickman. It ended with a Jada Porter buzzer-beating layup, and the final score is 54-52. That 2 points was the smallest margin of victory between the two teams in their rivalry history.
Very close game, as most of these rivalry games tend to be, a little bit extra juice coming into this one. These are two teams that have had very good seasons up to this point. Bruins enter this one at 13-3. Cupies coming in 14-5. They are ranked, or the Bruins, I should say, they are ranked number 5 in the state right now by Max Preps. I mean, take that ranking for what you will, but at 13-3, well deserved. Take a look at the starters here for both of these teams. Hickman Cupies, Coach Morgan Scott. See how they will line them up. They're going with Jayla Griffith at point guard, Caroline Eastman at guard, Ashton Klusmeyer, the 5'8 senior, along with Saray Simmons and Georgia Davis, also at guard. For the Bruins, it's going to be Malaya Chivas, Ellie Porter, Taylor McAllister, Marie Miller, and Jada Porter. Who you got your eyes on for this one is a player to watch here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got the battle of the bigs. So on the Rockbridge side, Jada Porter, putting the dagger in the hearts of all Hickman fans last year. She was a freshman last year, and she's back this year as a sophomore, leading the attack. But she's got to go up against the talented big man, the senior Ashton Klusmeyer, who's averaging 16 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, and 2 steals per game. And last game, she had 7 steals against Elias, which helped contribute to a stout defensive effort.
Now, as we were talking about earlier, Bruins 13-3, 4-1 at home, have another chance to protect the home floor tonight. However, they've only had one district matchup so far this year. They are 0-1 in that one. Cupies, meanwhile, 3-1 in district play, trying to improve here tonight. Cupies not quite as good on the road. They're 8-1 at home, however, on the road, 2-4. So in a raucous environment like this, coming in the road team, what would you say the key for them would be to try and get this crowd out of it early in the game?
You know, you have to stay in it early. You got to maintain poise. You got to maintain toughness. Those are keys to the game for Morgan Scott's team, and her team proved that they can do it. They just beat Helias on the road, like I was saying, 51-31, and their defense held that Helias offense to 12 points in that first half, and their offense clicked in the second half, and they started to run away with that thing.
Cupies 14-5, and we talked about how the Bruins ranked number 5 in the state according to Max Preps. Again, take those rankings for what you will. Cupies come in this one ranked number 17 in the state, and a lot of that's due to the strength of schedule. If you're looking at the Bruins, their strength of schedule rating 16.2. Part of that is due they played 2 games out of state, undefeated in those 2. QP strength of schedule is listed as a 14.8. They have not played any out-of-state games. Now, both these teams very evenly matched on the offensive end as well. Bruins averaging close to 62 points a game. QP's close to 61 at 60.7. So, a lot of explosive players for both of these teams. Are you expecting to see a lot of scoring in this one, or do you think it's going to be a lower scoring defensive type matchup?
I think we will get some higher scoring. I think we know what we're getting from the Hickman QP side. We talked about Klusmeyer, but we know Jayla Griffith is a talented scorer, and Stemmons also. Griffith, I'll tell you what, she has 37% field goal percentage from 3, and that's the highest on the team. That's an excellent mark for her.
And you can see why Coach Scott has her running the point, kind of the facilitator out there as well. A lot of length, too, for a point guard, which a lot of times you won't see that definitely helps as well. The Bruins team, history of success. 5-time class champions that won 2018, 2013, 2014, 2015. Trying to add another one here. And this is their best chance, I feel like, in the last several years, it looks like, judging by the strength of this roster.
Yeah, Jill Nagel has got this team fired up and ready to go for this season. And I'll tell you what, when Avery Kroenke, when she graduated, there was kind of a leadership hole that had to be filled. But I'll tell you what, I think this group has come together as more of a collective effort. You see Jada Porter, but also Mari Miller. We're going to be talking a lot about her tonight. Mari Miller has stepped up and helped this team's leadership aspect for sure.
Now, this last game for the Bruins was against Troy Buchanan. They came home with a 55-43 win in that one. Now, that's a common opponent, one of the few common opponents both these teams had at first meeting of the season, and not a whole lot of data to go off of, but Hickman lost to Troy Buchanan earlier in the year, 57-55, back on December 2nd. The only other common opponent these two teams have had this year, Capital City, and Hickman won that one 52-38 back on December 5th. Rockbridge won their meeting against Capital City 57-23. So pretty similar scores. That one came back on January 11th. Pretty evenly matched teams. Should be a good one as we get set here for the starting lineups and national anthem.
And now, if you are able, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America by playing our national anthem.
Few minutes away from tip-off, both these teams. Now introducing the starting lineup.
Number 10, Jill Rivers. Number 11, Carolyn Eastman. Number 21, Aston Bismarck. Number 23, Zoe Stemmons. And number 32, Steve Miller.
Well, there you have it, starting five for Jill Nagel's Bruins and Morgan Scott's Cupies. We are moments away from tip-off. It'll be Saray Simmons taking the tip for the Cupies, 5'11" junior, against the 6'4" sophomore Jada Porter for the Bruins. Official clearing some chips off these high school events. Not this early in the game, though. I mean, usually
Give it a quarter.
Quarter at least,
Yeah.
A little time to settle in.
Oh, now we got to bring out the broom?
Now
What are we
it
doing?
looks, we'll see. I don't think they can find the broom. One of the 5 staff members here from Rockbridge clearing it off.
Thank you, Mr.
Balls in the
McGinney.
air. Tip is won by the Bruins, and we are finally underway. McAllister running the point. She'll set up the offense. Half court over to Miller now, right side of the arc, back up top of the key to McAllister. McAllister, chest pass, works back inside now. Porter, back out. Miller, mid-range jumper, good. Quick strike from the Bruins, early 2-0 lead.
And the ball's moving quick early. It's good offensive looks. Had a post touch. Quick pass back out to Maury Miller.
Cupies meeting some pressure as they try and get it across the timeline. They do, putting up a quick free ball. That one no good. McAllister collects the board. She'll switch to her left hand, pushes it forward. Here's Chivas, works it inside. Porter gets tied up, and a foul is called. It looked like Georgia Davis was the one who got her hand in there, forcing the tie up. So it'll be Chivas to inbound from the baseline. She'll lob it out to Porter. Porter back up top of the key to Ellie Porter. Back over to Chivas. One dribble, picks it up. Back up top of the arc to Porter. Porter over to Miller now. Dancing around the outside of the arc. Fake shot. Chivas will put it on the deck. Drives in and swatted out of bounds. It was Klusmeyer who teamed up with Simmons on the block.
And it looks like Hickman is running a bit of a zone here early. They're not manned up. We'll see how that works for them.
Well, I would imagine defending the paint is got to be one of their keys here tonight. As mentioned, battle of the bigs. As Bruins try and get Porter going. Work back out now to Miller. Miller gets a screen. Ball over her head. Now she'll dish to McAllister. McAllister barks out instruction. Works it back north center court. She'll switch hands. Gives it to Chivas. Chivas down inside to Porter. Porter on the block. Puts up the layup. That one a bit too strong. Gets her on rebound and put back in. 4-0 lead here for the Bruins. Early stages of this first quarter. So it'll be Griffith now to work for the Cupies. It's to Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer works back to Eastman. Now down inside to Klusmeyer. Back up top. 3-ball put up. That one no good. Offensive rebound knocked out of the hands of Davis. Here comes the Bruins the other way. Miller drives inside, beats some resistance. Rebound by Porter. She'll put it up and one. Good offensive board from Jada Porter. And she'll head to the charity stripe with a chance to extend this to a quick 7-0 lead.
And that's why she's good. You see it on back-to-back possessions. She grabs that offensive board and puts it in for those second chance points. That's going to be huge for them in this game.
Got an early substitution here. Addison Carr coming into the game, 5'9" sophomore. Trying to get some size down low. That free throw, no good, collected by Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer will take it up the floor herself, cross the timeline, and now will set up shot. Drives inside with the left hand, slams on the brakes. Work back down low. That one not strong enough from Simmons. Porter back over to McAllister. We'll get a screen from Porter. That pass knocked away by Griffith, but able to get it back. Now down baseline, nice cut there from Porter. His loose ball picked up by Carr. Griffith now with speed, so switch hands, cuts into the lane, and nice finish in transition. First points of the game here for the Cupies.
What a drive by Jayla Griffith, putting it into the teeth of the defense and going up strong.
Bruins trying to respond. Chivas thought about taking the three. She'll give it to Porter. She'll pull the trigger on it. Bit too strong on that one as Eastman gets the rebound. Griffith now works it to the corner to Simmons. Trey Simmons takes one dribble, back inside to Klusmeyer. Back out to Simmons. Down low now. Carr spins towards the basket. And that one hit the backboard, nothing else. Easy rebound for the Bruins. Work back inside to Porter. Porter, hesitation, puts it up. That one rolls around and drops. And we have a Bruin hurt. Slow to get up here.
That's Mari Miller.
The junior, and didn't really see what happened there in transition. Looks like a leg injury. Walking off the court gingerly, but good to see her on her feet. She will sub out. It'll be Lexi Butts coming into the game.
That could potentially be a big blow because we know she's one of their top scorers.
You're all right. So we'll see how they manage. And she was doing the bulk of the point guard duties too, carrying it up the floor. So we'll see how the Bruins respond now. And get a look at her status. There's a turnover from Klusmeyer. Rockbridge now back up to Porter. Ellie Porter. Give it to McAllister. Three ball. Corner pocket. That one a bit short. Simmons pushes it ahead. And fouled by Butt. That was Carly Moore for the Cupies. Moore will now head to the line. One of three freshmen on this Cupies roster. First free throw, good.
I think if you're head coach Jill Nagel, you like the aggressiveness that Lexi Butts was showing on that. She came down and got a steal and didn't hesitate to fire up a three.
Well, Butts is one of the only seniors, in fact, she is the only senior on this Bruins varsity team, so she definitely has some experience, not her first go-around, and that experience is definitely helpful coming off the bench. She'll set up the half-court offense. They'll work it down to Porter. Porter quickly puts up the layup, and good with the right hand, too easy, catching it on the low block, spinning back towards the basket. Does not get much easier for that, putting that 6'4" frame to use.
And that's an excellent post seal. She knows she's going to get attention down low, but she hedges off the defender, puts up that big hand for an easy pass and lay-in.
You can see why she was all-state last year and one of their leading scorers. Griffith will try to respond now. She gets a screen, work to her left, gets to the corner to Moore. Moore now working with the right hand, being guarded by Porter. She'll dish it off to Carr. Back out to Moore, nearly lost it, good job collecting. Works it back inside to Carr, good cut, and Smith will put it in. Good read from Smith and a good find from Carr.
Yeah, it's just a high IQ cut there from Jayla Griffith, knows the spacing of the court, finds the open seam.
Now Butts will slash inside the lane. That one up, and a Spalding sandwich there from Klusmeyer. Second block of the game from the Cupies. 10-6, 3:07 left in this first quarter. As Butts will inbound from the baseline. Surveys her options, lobs it up to Porter. Porter kicks it over to Smith. Smith to Ellie Porter. She'll put up the three, and good. Ellie Porter, one of the better shooters on this Bruins team. She had 17 points against Battle earlier this year. Majority of those points came from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and she's not going to be hesitant to shoot that. If your hand is down, she's going to fire that thing away, just like she just did.
So now it's Griffith being guarded by Butts. Up to Moore. Klusmeyer. Back to Griffith. Into the corner now. Nearly intercepted, but collected by Griffith. She'll put it on the deck, tied up as she went up for the shot. She will head to the line for two. Well, fast start for the Bruins, but QP's doing, QP's doing a good job, kind of weathering the storm, hanging in this one because, you watch the first couple minutes, it was all Bruins.
Yeah, and like we were talking about at the very opening start of this game, that Hickman, if they were going to want to be in this game, they had to be in it from the jump. It's going to be a lot easier for them to stay in it and win it at the end if they're not fighting from behind all the way through. And that's why these last 2 minutes here of this first quarter are going to be very, very important.
Yeah, and that's an excellent point. You kind of settle in, and the nerves kind of calm down, too. I feel like you create that early hole for yourself. Things snowball quickly when you're on the road. Second free throw, no good. Porter with the rebound. McAllister now trots across the timeline.
And it's good to see that Mari Miller did check back into the game for the Bruins, so hopefully she's all right.
Very good news indeed. Bruins trying to respond. They lead by 6. McAllister will switch hands. She'll retreat now towards the center logo. Picks up her dribble. That pass intercepted by Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer in transition. Cuts towards the basket. Step move. Good. Nice step through move there. And a good job attacking the 10. 13-9 now as Cupie's continuing to chip away. As Smith has it knocked loose. She'll collect it. Being hounded by Griffith near the sideline. Finds McAllister down low, and she will put in the layup. Very good find there. It was nearly a turnover.
And it was good energy and a good double, but that's what happens. You leave one person open, and that was a good find and a good finish.
Given the inbounding duties. Over to Klusmeyer now, top of the key. Back over to Griffith. Griffith gets a screen, has to pick it up through the double team. Into the corner, not a more, back to Griffith. Works it now inside of Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer, good move, but errant pass is now heading the other way. Ball still loose, rolls safely into the hands of Porter. Porter fires it ahead, back down to Jada Porter the other way. That ball thought about it for a minute, and the rim spit it back out. Hall has it, and they're heading the other way. Klusmeyer now back up to Hall. Hall one dribble. And now we'll decide to kick it to Simmons. Top of the key, Klusmeyer. She'll chuck up the 3. That one a bit long, but offensive rebound collected by Simmons. Simmons back up top to Griffith now. Griffith gets a screen from Simmons. Dances around it. Now Simmons will chuck up the 3. That one a bit too strong as well. Tough rebound, hauled in by Miller. Miller over to Smith now. Ball still loose on the deck. Cupie's pick it up in transition. Lobbed ahead to Griffith. She'll chase after him. Slams on the brakes. Punched out of her hand. She'll get it back. Now bounce pass to Hall, and Hall will clean up the mess down low. Wasn't pretty, but they got the job done in transition.
That's right.
4 seconds left now. Half-court shot. That one's up on target. Just a bit short. Griffith will rebound it, and that will bring an end to the first quarter. Bruins 15, Cupies 11. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Charlie Sticklin.
And I'm Sarah Sticklin McDonald with the Sticklin & Sticklin Law Firm.
And I'm Mizzou Basketball's Nick Honor. From my court
To our court.
Trust in a winning team.
At Sticklin & Sticklin, all we do is personal injury.
We've earned millions for our clients since 1991. So when sorry just doesn't cut it,
Give us a call.
Sticklin & Sticklin. It's a slam dunk.
Does cooking feel like a kitchen battle? You need Granite Stone Armor Max, the revolutionary cookware set with 4 durable layers of ultra non-stick. So slick, virtually nothing sticks. No oil or butter needed. You can get the Granite Stone Armor Max set for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. We'll include this razor-sharp knife set and deep steam and fry pan set, yours absolutely free. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Order now.
Go beyond the forecast with the ABC 17 Storm Track Insider. In-depth stories that give you the full picture of how weather works and affects you every day. On TV and online, the answers you won't get anywhere else. Weeknights at 6 on KMIZ and on the ABC 17 Storm Track weather app.
We are back and better than ever here on KZOU. Bruins leading by 4 over their crosstown rivals here in the Battle of Providence Road. Well, we were talking in the pregame how these are two very evenly matched teams. That has come to the forefront here. Cupies will start with the ball. Chance to cut this into a one-possession game. Goosemeyer back up to Griffith. Griffith now being guarded heavily by McAllister. She'll pull back, give it over to Moore. Knocked loose by Miller. Miller will push it ahead. Here comes Porter. Ellie Porter puts up the mid-range jumper. Good from the elbow. As Porter's got her, Ellie Porter that is, has her 5th point of the game.
And Jada Porter is actually going to start this quarter on the bench, so I think this is going to be a huge time. I think Hickman has to go on a run here to get back into this game with Jada Porter sitting on the bench.
Well, we'll see how the Bruins respond with their best players sitting out, but you're right, this will be an interesting stretch. And Bruins, no Jada Porter, no problem. That's Kara Smith with the corner 3. Smith's first points of the contest as the lead now quickly extends to 9. Went over to Klusmeyer. Griffith now has it. She'll slow the tempo, ball on her hip, surveys the defense as they catch their breath. Now she'll start to dribble and pick it up and give it to Hall. We'll play a little catch back to Griffith. She's met by Porter. Work back over to Moore. Moore, quick trigger on the 3. That one's good. They really needed that one. Cuts the lead back down to 6. Early stages of the second. Bruins now back to work. Is Ellie Porter with it. Tiptoes along the bench is McAllister. McAllister reverses course, gets that one knocked loose. Bruins there to collect it. Smith puts it on the deck, will kick it out to Chivas. Chivas is 3, nothing but net. Right side of the arc. And that is 2 threes on 2 possessions here.
Yeah, and the Bruins have made their last 3 threes in a row. They are definitely threats from beyond the arc, and we're seeing it here. And now they're out in transition.
Turnover here, Miller with it. She'll give it up to McAllister. McAllister back to Miller. Good recovery from Klusmeyer. She'll knock it loose. McAllister will take it back, and they'll set up shop once again. Worked into the corner. Back out to Smith now. Smith drives inside the arc, kicks it back out to Chivas. Chivas going to try her luck again from beyond the arc, and good. Her foot might have been on the line. We'll see where they rule this one. And they're going to give her a 3. So that is 6 points for Chivas quickly here in the second quarter. Lead extends to 12. Just like that. So you mentioned Jada Porter on the bench. Big sequence for the Cupies. And as it turned out, Bruins offense opened up a little bit. Corner shooting started to open up.
Yeah, and it's not even poor defense from the Cupies. It's just excellent shooting from the Rockbridge Bruins. They're getting screens, and Malia Chivas comes off a screen 2 possessions in a row, knocks down 2 humongous threes, and very quickly we've seen this lead that was only 4 points at the end of the first quarter. You look up and it's a 12-point game.
Well, it's interesting, too. So earlier in the year, we mentioned that matchup against Battle they had where Ellie Porter had 17 points. And a big reason for that was Jada Porter down low. They were trying to take her away as much as they could. So Coach Nagel was like, all right, we'll just try and kick it outside, open things up a little bit. That's where Ellie Porter got to work. Majority of those points came in the second half, came beyond the arc. She's one of those shooters that she sees a couple go in and starts heating up. Watch out, and that has been the case early in this second quarter. They lead 26-14. Big possession here for the Cupies. Light little press from Rockbridge, but they'll get it across the timeline anyways. Griffith now cuts inside, kicks out to Hall. Hall slashes towards the middle, and that is a jump ball as Porter got her mitts on that one. And it will be Bruins ball. Possession arrow in their favor. Now it's going to be very important for the Cupies to try and string together a couple stops here. They're a very good defensive team. They're only allowing an average of 43.7 points a game. So that is one of the better averages in the district, and it's going to be important for that defense to come through here. Quick pass down low there's another whistle. And Saray Simons is the culprit. So it'll be Rockbridge to inbound. Chivas will have the ball handling responsibilities here once play resumes. Chest pass inside, quick layup put up. That one no good, knocked loose. Picked back up by Chivas. No, Chivas will get it out of harm's way, works it back up to Miller. Miller kicks it outside, thought about taking the shot with Smith. Now she'll give it back to McAllister in the corner. She'll cut down the baseline now, back out to Porter, over to Smith. Good ball movement, and Smith cashes in. Another three for the Bruins. It's 29-14.
Excellent ball movement, and they're getting looks that they want exactly. That is an excellent shot there from Kara Smith, and she has 6 points now on the game.
Jada Porter picks off that pass, and now we'll work it ahead to McAllister. Bit high for her. She'll collect it, though. Bruins back to work. Another three. Three ball, corner pocket, good. Kara Smith. 32-14 now. Bruins starting to run away with it here in the second quarter. Cupies desperate for a basket. Here comes Griffith now. She'll need a double team, gives it to Carr. Carr nearly has it knocked away, pivots away from safety. Moore will put up the three, that one a bit long. Smith pulls in the rebound. She'll head forward the other way, gives it to Miller with a head of steam. Miller slams on the brakes, back to Smith. That three, no good. Offensive rebound from Porter though. Spins towards the basket, that one no good. There to clean it up is McAllister, who read it from the corner, coming off the shot. No one boxed her out, and she cashes in with the layup.
I'll tell you what, if Kara Smith hit that three, I think the roof on this place would have gone off.
Good fake there from Klusmeyer. She'll kick it back out now to Griffith. Griffiths needs the three, couldn't get it. Porter another rebound. Long pass ahead to McAllister, who's on the run. Now she'll wait for some reinforcements as Griffith is there to stop the transition run. Miller being hounded by Griffith. She spins away from her. Into the corner. Baseline cut. Miller gets it to go. I beg your pardon, that was Tyler McAllister, the junior. That's her 6th point of the game. And a timeout called by Morgan Scott and the Cupies, which once a 6-point game, now lead extended to over 20. Well, your coach, Scott, what are you telling your team here in this timeout?
Yeah, I mean, you have to say one possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. Take it one possession at a time. You got to get a score and then a stop. And then you got to think score again, and then you got to get another stop. And slowly but surely, you'll work your way back into this one. But you got to close out on the shooters. You can't leave them open. But it's tough because we've seen the drive like we just saw from McAllister. She's confident in her ability to get to the basket and finish at the rim. And if they miss, Jada Porter's a threat to grab that offensive rebound and put it back in. So you have to box her out at all times. Limit Rockbridge to one shot on defense and then get out in transition and run.
That, and you said it right there. It's limited them to one shot. The Bruins have had way too many second chance opportunities. When you got the amount of scoring talent that this Bruins squad does, you can't really afford for that to happen.
And when's the best time to shoot a three? It's off that offensive rebound and a kick out, and we saw that with Jada Porter to Kara Smith, and we look up at the score, and it's a 22-point lead, and she's had all 9 points in this quarter, and this quarter they have gone on a 21-3 run.
Yeah, that tells the story right there. But a lot of time still left is for the Cupies to start chipping away here. They'll try and do it on this possession as Klusmeyer will have it, and she's getting pestered by McAllister.
Yeah, and speaking of Klusmeyer, man, she has to get going. They have to run offense to get her the ball. She only has 2 points in this one off one shot.
Inside to Carr now, quickly double team. She'll pass it away to Porter. Ellie Porter picks that one off. She'll carry it across the timeline. Guarded by Griffith. She'll back up now a little bit, gives it over back to Miller. Miller with the right hand, right side of the arc now. Looking for some help. Porter will chuck up the three. That one no good. Porter hits the deck. Ball headed the other way though. Saray Simons with speed. Lobs it forward. Tracked down by Klusmeyer. Back up to Simons. Cupies put up the three. That one a bit short from Simons. And rebound collected by Chivas. Chivas fires it inside to Corrado. Back outside. That shot airballed from the corner. It was Porter with the attempt. Good look, just couldn't get it on line. That'll be Eastman. She will hit a huge three for the Cupies. Much needed. They needed that three like they needed air. 36-17 now the score. Minute 45 remaining in the first half. Miller now calling for a screen. She won't get it. She'll dish it over to Chiva. Now back right side of the arc. Here's McAllister. McAllister bounce pass to Corrado. Now over to Porter. Porter thought about shooting. Now she'll shuffle to the side. Good pass inside and resistance from Simons. She got her hands up, knocked that one out of bounds. Good defense right there from the 5'11 junior. So it'll be Miller now to inbound. And that one poked away by Griffith. Good read from her. This is a good defensive possession here from the Cupies. Just a matter of finishing it off here. So Miller going to try again, this time from the corner to get the inbound pass in. Once again, struggling to find someone open. Now she does. It's McAllister. McAllister back to the corner to Miller. Back up to the top of the key. They'll play catch. She'll put up the three. That one a bit too strong, but Porter with the offensive rebound. Back to her, puts up a little floater from just inside the free throw line, and that one drops. Good touch right there.
And you see it again. Offensive rebound from Porter, pass out, dribble, action to the basket, and an easy floater from McAllister.
And you can now hear this Bruins student section starting to get going here. Simons has it. Over to
good hands.
And good hands, headed the other way. Here comes Miller in transition, and she gets hacked on the way up. Well, she saw Hall closing in on her, and instead of rushing the shot, decided to slam on the brakes, able to draw the foul there as well. So good heads-up play for Miller. Well, his first free throw good. Second one no good. She'll split. Gets her own rebound though, and there you go. 3-point play the hard way.
Are you kidding me, Hickman? You gotta box out. Who's got shooter on that play? It's too easy for her, and she's gonna nail that freebie jumper.
Yeah, Miller wasted no time. She got a long rebound that no one able to collect, and quick trigger from the elbow. That three well off the mark. Here comes McAllister with speed the other way. She's gonna wait for the rest of her teammates to join her now. She'll dish it off to Miller. Miller's going to check the clock. Simon steps up on her. She'll switch hands, gets the screen. Now she'll pick up her dribble. That one knocked into the QP bench. It's the hand of Klusmeyer that got in there, knocked it loose. Just under 5 seconds to play. Bruins trying to add one more in what has been a second quarter offensive explosion here. Aided by an early 23-3 run. Just inside. Who will put up the contested one-handed floater, gets it to go down. All Rockbridge in the second quarter. Bruins lead 43-17. Well, some stats and breakdown coming up after the break.
Economy Towing of Columbia has been proudly serving the Columbia, Mid-Missouri area for over 20 years with all of your towing and roadside service needs.
When you need a tow truck, remember Economy Towing is ready for you.
Just give us a call at 573-474-6630.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? Have you been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 or more a pill for Viagra, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for expensive prescriptions. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call now and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Call us anytime, day or night, and start saving big money for the exact same results. Have your credit card ready. Ordering is fast and easy, with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
Economy Towing of Columbia has been proudly serving the Columbia, Mid-Missouri area for over 20 years with all of your towing and roadside service needs.
When you need a tow truck, remember Economy Towing is ready for you.
Just give us a call at 573-474-6630.
Welcome back to Rockbridge High School. Bruins lead this one against their crosstown rival, 43-17. We got some stats here for you. Take it away.
Yeah, so like we talked about, that 21-3 run was huge for the Bruins to kind of crack open this game. And that second quarter actually finished with a total of 28-6. Bruin leading scores. We've got 10 points from Jada Porter, but she's doing a lot of work on the boards as well. 9 points from Kara Smith off 3 threes, and then Mari Miller contributing. She's got 7 points as well and is leading the Bruin attack in transition. And on the Cupid side, Jayla Griffith held to 5 points. Klusmeyer only has 2, and Cyrus Simmons has 0 points. So combined, that three-headed attack only has 7 points, and Jada Porter is outscoring Hickman's 3 top scorers. That's the story in this game. They've got to get those weapons scoring, or they really have no chance of coming back in this one.
Absolutely. Shout out Hudson with the quick math, too, in between the break.
Here we
As
go.
a journalism major, you don't do a lot of math after high school. So shout out to him for getting that done quickly. Other thing that stood out, too, as you were going down those numbers, how balanced this Bruins attack has really been.
Yeah, they've got points from Malia Chivas, Ellie Porter, Kara Smith, McAllister, Mari Miller, and Jada Porter. That is 7 players. Their bench runs deep, and we saw even when Jada Porter hit the bench, even when Mari Miller came out of the game for a little bit with an injury, their backups responded very, very well.
And I don't think it was correlated by this at all, but it was ironic this whole run started in that second quarter when Jada Porter was on the bench. And it's a big, you pointed out, this is a huge moment here for the Cupies to see how they respond with this opportunity now that their best scorer is on the bench. And what happened, it was the Bruins that they had the fire lit under them.
Yeah, and you just have to give that to Jill Nagel. She had her team prepped and ready, and we'll see if Morgan Scott's team can make adjustments in the second half, maybe try to go to man-to-man, because we've seen Rockbridge get too many open looks from Hickman's zone defense. I say you switch it up, but we'll see what they do coming out of the break.
Well, Cupies only allowing an average of 43.7 points per game. They have already allowed 43 in this first half, so a little uncharted territory for them. They got to try and get the offense going, limit those second half chances. Well, we will have the third quarter. We'll get you geared up, I should say, for the second half. More coming at you after the break. Keep it here.
Hi, I'm Charlie Sticklin.
And I'm Sarah Sticklin-McDonald with the Sticklin & Sticklin Law Firm.
And I'm Mizzou basketball's Nick Honor. From my court
to our court.
Trust in a winning team.
At Sticklin & Sticklin, all we do is personal injury.
We've earned millions for our clients since 1991. So when sorry just doesn't cut it,
give us a call.
Sticklin & Sticklin. It's a slam dunk.
Looking for a great deal on tires? Popeye's Tires and Garage in Columbia, where you can get the best prices in town on tires. Whether you want a used tire with lots of miles left on them or new tires at unbeatable price, we have them.
My dad also offers the best price on oil changes and other repairs to keep you safe on the road.
Popeye's Tires and Garage just off Pierce Road in Columbia. Come see us for a great deal on tires and repairs.
What's up, Doc?
Get ready to tune in with me.
Good morning.
Every weekday morning, it's your favorite tunes, presented by MeTV's cartoon curator, Bill, and his sidekick, Toonie the Tuna. Watch MeTV, just one of the networks of Mid-Missouri.
ABC 17 News is now available on any of these streaming services and devices. ABC 17 News, where the news comes first.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time here tonight for some Mid-Missouri basketball. I'm Mitch Kaminsky. Alongside me, Hudson Summerall. We'll take this time. Shout out the crew we got working for us here. Producer John Hope, Director Cooper Bryant, and we also got on the cameras Ellie Carlson and Lily Fay. So thank you to our crew here helping us put on this broadcast tonight. All right, and both teams in the locker room. We'll start for the Bruins. Your coach, Jill Nagel, team's got a sizable lead. What are you telling them as they prepare for the second half?
Yeah, just be careful with the basketball. You don't want to turn the ball over, which would lead to fast transition points for Hickman. So you can be patient. We know there's no shot clock. So be patient. You can pass the ball around maybe a couple more times on every possession, but just take care of the ball. Maybe we'd expect to see a press from Morgan Scott's team to try to speed up the Bruins. But yeah, I would just say don't turn the ball over. Yeah.
Now for the Cupies, we did talk about how they're giving up a lot of second chances on the defensive side. But on the offensive end too, well, it's again, historically this year, very good scoring team, averaging close to 61 points a game, limited to 17 in that first half. What do they need to do? Their shots have been hard to come by, or fall, I should say, tonight. What would you do? You're the Cupies. Try and get some buckets to fall.
Yeah, I would really love to see the two-man game from Griffith and Klusmeyer. Maybe try to get some switches so Griffith can take a bigger defender off the dribble, try to get to the basket. We've really only seen her score off cuts. So maybe if she can get buckets from off the dribble, that would be good. And maybe hit Klusmeyer on a roll to the basket because we know she's a good scorer inside. But Jada Porter is causing disruptions, and we have Rockbridge wings flying down there and crashing down on Klusmeyer to limit her scoring. So try to draw them out, run that pick and roll action, and try to get Klusmeyer down low or Griffith off the dribble with a shot or working on a bigger defender.
I would also say the other thing too with the Cupies is limiting the turnovers, because turnovers came early and often. Can't be given the Bruin extra opportunities if you don't have to. So we'll see if both these teams apply what you said. Take your advice here. Second half coming up. One more break score for you, and then we will start the second half of play. Keep it here.
Hey everyone, Emerald Lagasse here, and I'm so excited to tell you about my biggest air fryer yet.
Introducing Emerald Lagasse's Dual Zone Air Fryer Oven. With dual-sided cooking chambers, now you can cook 2 different foods 2 different ways that finish at the same time. Enjoy juicy grilled burgers at the same time as air-fried french fries. Broiled savory salmon at the same time as roasted asparagus. The secret is in the QuickSync technology that matches the cooking times and settings of each food, so they're programmed to finish at the same time. But watch, remove the center divider and it transforms into a large 25-quart capacity oven. Now you can try Emerald Lagasse's Dual Zone Air Fryer Oven with free recipe book in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. But wait, we'll automatically upgrade you to his deluxe cooking kit and 1-year VIP protection plan absolutely free, complete with everything you need to cook Monday to Sunday family-size meals. Plus, ask how you can get free shipping. This offer will not last, so order now.
You're gonna love it, I guarantee it.
When winter weather rolls in, the ABC 17 Storm Tracker rolls out, alerting you to live road conditions with the Storm Tracker 360 camera.
We're actually seeing a little bit of ice on the roadways.
Tracking every angle, every move of severe weather's path, so you know exactly what to avoid before heading out.
You're gonna have to be wary for those drifts.
On the ground and in the Storm Track Weather Center, we're working together to keep you ahead of the storm. ABC 17 Storm Track Weather.
Welcome back to KZOU. It's the Rockbridge Bruins hosting the Hickman Cupies. This was a 4-point game after the first quarter. Rockbridge offensive onslaught in the second has now dug the Cupies a 26-point hole that they're going to have to try to climb their way out of. Second half, moments away from starting. I don't see any chips on the floor that will delay this start like we had at the tip, so that is already, we're off to a hot start here.
That's good.
5 on the floor right now for the Bruins. It's Ellie Porter, Malia Chivas, Taylor McAllister, Jada Porter, and Mari Miller for the Cupies. It'll be Jayla Griffith, Saray Simons, Ashton Klusmeyer, and Georgia Davis, the 5 for them. They will start with the ball, and here's Simons with it. Over to Davis. Davis seeing some of her first minutes tonight, or I should say she did start the game, but now back out there. Not a whole lot of minutes in that first half. First shot missed. Chivas will collect the rebound.
Yeah, but I don't hate that. They had a paint touch for Klusmeyer down low on a smaller defender.
Now work inside for McAllister. McAllister kicks it back out. Pass a bit too hot to handle. Chivas will collect it. Attacks the 10. That shot no good. Tough rebound. Ripped down by Klusmeyer. She'll find the point guard Griffith. Jayla Griffith now. Pulls back, gets a screen. She'll set up shop at the top of the key. Works down inside of Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer high block. Quickly kicks it back out to Simons. Trey Simons into the corner. Klusmeyer back up top of the key to Eastman as they start to work it around the perimeter. Still struggling to get off a good look here. Just inside 7 minutes. Opening stages of the second half. Simons now down low. Davis's shot no good as Porter has it. She'll push it ahead to McAllister. McAllister back down to Porter. Low block, one power dribble, and that's a travel there. She tried to spin to the basket, and I think she realized she was a bit too far underneath the basket, tried to get rid of it. The result was a travel.
She can laugh about it when they're up big, but I imagine if it was a close game, wouldn't be any
Probably
laughter.
not the same. But that's a luxury that a 26-point lead provides you. It's Griffith now, trying to cut into that. Hickman continues to probe this Bruins defense. Driving inside now, and Jada Porter was having none of that. Didn't even really have to jump to swat that one. But there was a foul, so Saray Simons will head to the line. Simons, a junior. First free throw rolls around and good.
Not a bad free throw shooter. Shoots around 70% on the season so far.
And that is her first point of the night. Tries to add her second, and now her first point has company. 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. 43-19 as Hickman's got the first points of the second half. McAllister now over to Porter. Into the corner, that three put up. No good, and Chivas made an effort for it, reached out, but it was tapped back safely by Simons. Now with speed, the other way is Griffith. Griffith over to Klusmeyer. Gets the screen, long trot, fires it into the corner to Simons, so get it back, or Griffith now. Griffith inside, that shot blocked by Porter. Porter having her way down low on the defensive end, read that one well, able to get over there quickly. And knock it out of bounds. Last touch by the Cupies, so it will be Rockbridge ball. Cupies applying more of a press here as they get it to Porter. Back to Miller. Miller being shadowed by Simon, but they're still able to get it over the timeline. We'll pull back. Calls from McAllister. Hands it off to her now. McAllister switches over to her right hand.
Porter,
right side of the arc.
Yeah, mismatch. I was going to say, if she's got Jayla Griffith on her, that's automatic every time.
Mouse in the house. Porter puts that one in. 5:13 in the third. Griffith now. Back Klusmeyer. Davis. Davis works it inside. And roll back out to Simons. Back into Simons. Now she's got near the free throw line. Back away from the basket. Tries to work it back inside there. Porter saw it, knocked it away. Nearly took a elbow to the face, but able to get it to Jada Porter, who will move it ahead. They're with it in the corner. Nearly picked off, but threads the needle to Chivas. McAllister will pat her head, work her way to the right. She's got a screen for Porter if she wants it, but it's stolen by Griffith first. Griffith with speed with the right hand, and she gets tripped up beneath the basket. We have a whistle, and we'll see what the call's on here. And it will be on the Bruins. Tyler McAllister, the guilty culprit.
No one's taking the ball out.
Now they got it sorted out as Klusmeyer gets out there. Long pass out to Hall. Back to Moore. Moore, a freshman, getting some good minutes in this one for the Cupies. As Simons puts it on the deck, she'll pull up the jumper, gets the friendly hop, and it will fall.
You like to see her be a lot more aggressive in the second half than she was in the first half. That's a good sign.
Cupid's also applying more pressure on the defensive end as Bruins trying to get it across half court. They were able to do so that time, but not be surprised if we see that the majority of this game is Bruins going to make some substitutions. Smith will come into the game along with Lexi Butts. They'll sub in for McAllister, as well as Chivas. With the subs, they'll work it down low to Porter. Porter quickly gets back out to Smith. Smith to Butts. Butts waiting. Now she'll put it on the deck after a couple of fakes. Into the corner to Miller. Miller drives baseline, kicks it out. Wide open Porter, and Porter knocks it down. Hey, you give Ellie Porter that much time, probably a recipe for disaster. Cupies learned that the hard way. 48-21.
That drive on the baseline forces the double team in the crash down low, and another excellent kick out pass. That's what gives this Rockbridge Bruin offense life, the dribble and the kick out pass for another open three.
Hall put her head down, tried to get inside the paint, lost her dribble, and Porter shuffled over. I think she tried to pick her head up. And last touch by a Bruin. Back over to Simons now. And we have a whistle. And that's an off-ball foul. It looks like Ellie there. I think Ellie Porter was the one who they called the foul on. But as we mentioned, it was away from the ball. I didn't really see. Did you see anything?
I'm not sure.
Well, we'll take the official's word for it. Quick ball movement as they was zipping around, and Jayla Griffith gets the three to fall. Same match the Bruins, and now they're going to ramp up the defensive pressure. Picked off, down low is Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer puts it in. Quick 5-point swing here for the Cupies.
And that's the recipe. Trap Lexi Butts. She's not as strong with the ball as some of the other guards for Rockbridge.
Quick double team, another jump ball. Cupies have the possession arrow. It will be their ball. I take that back. It was the Bruins now that had the possession arrow, and we have a timeout that is called. That's a good timeout there. Cupies are starting to cook with a little gas.
Yeah, and now if you're Jill Nagel in the huddle, you draw up plays to break the press. You tell your guards, here's what you have to expect, and you've got to turn and look for passes. You can't get trapped on the baseline because that's how turnovers happen.
Klusmeyer on that last one, too. Nice job, almost like a defensive back, closing in on that inbound pass quickly to set up the trap. And as the Bruin turned, she was able to knock it loose, put in the easy two. I think you're right, though, especially after seeing two of those treacherous-looking inbound attempts. Good idea to reset the group and give them some instructions on how to try and break that press.
Yeah, that's right. You give them a breather. You calm them down. You say, all right, we're still up big, but we have to break the press. We have to get into our offense on the other side of the court. We got to be strong with the ball here.
Well, I think at the Cupies, you try and get this thing inside 15 by the end of the quarter. You're still well in this game. They have a potent offense themselves, just haven't been able to get going so far. Smith is going to put up the three, and she'll quickly get the crowd back into it. Griffith has a screen if she wants it. She'll pull up for a deep three. That one pulled in by Jada Porter. McAllister weaves through some traffic. Just back to Porter. Porter, quick pass inside. No one home, though. That one hits the brick wall behind the basket. Free possession here for the Cupies.
I'll tell you what, Kara Smith is having a night. Every time Hickman gets some momentum, she answers at the other end with a huge three.
A lot of space, too, on that. The Bruin offense has generated some really good looks. And Porter and Smith, the last two threes, each of them hit. They had a lot of space. That pass worked into the corner, pinballs around a little bit, but finds in the hands of Simons, who will put up the three. That one off the mark, though, and it'll be Bruin ball after the rebound is knocked around a little bit.
I believe that was a good call. It looked like it hit Klusmeyer off her leg and went out of bounds.
So here's Miller. She's being shadowed by Griffith. Press a bit more lax that time. He's going to wait for a screen. She'll get one. Now dishes it up to Smith, who just set that screen. Miller will return the favor. Now she'll work in the paint, tries to gallop her way to the basket. Met some resistance, but able to draw the foul. Miller has some length. Listed as a guard, though. That helps a lot, especially good athleticism for the 5'11" junior.
Yeah, and it helps that she's able to shoot over some of those smaller defenders that have to line up against her.
We saw that a little bit in the first half. She knocked down a pair of mid-range jumpers and helps make an easy look. But you typically don't see guards of her size at this level, and she's able to pull it off well, especially with that athleticism like we were just mentioning. Jayla Griffith here, she'll split at the line. Makes it 51-26. She'll pivot, works it back out to Parnell. Parnell being guarded by her fellow 13 on the floor, McAllister. Now dished inside to Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer back to basket, finds a cutting Simons, who will put it in with the right hand. 51-28, 60 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Porter easily able to weave through traffic, finds an open Corrado. Quick ball movement here, over to Miller. Miller thought about shooting it. Back over to McAllister. McAllister shovels it ahead to Porter. Porter back up to Smith, finds a cut, and McAllister not able to put that layup in. Quick turnaround jumper, though, and Miller's able to get that one to fall. So mid-range back in action, 6 point tonight from the mid-range area. 24 seconds. Cupie's going to hold it for the last possession here if they want to. Fifth now, down low to Simons. Simons, tough contested shot. Rim spits that one out. Miller pulls in the rebound. McAllister taps her head. She's got 8 seconds to work with. Crosses the timeline. Right hand now. Puts on the deck. Attacks the tan. Off the glass and good with the right hand. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. Bruins a commanding 55-28 lead. Fourth quarter of play coming up right after this.
At Callaway Collision Center, we do more than just auto body work. And when we do auto body work, we do it right and we treat you right.
Body work, alignments, mechanical repairs, we do it all.
Callaway Collision Center, honest, dependable, and one of the best in the business.
We are Callaway Collision Center, and we want to be your auto body specialist. Give us a call.
Do you use Viagra or Cialis? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. Stop overpaying for Viagra. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. Call now.
Did you know breast cancer kills more than 41,000 people every year in the U.S.?
That's 113 people every day.
Breast cancer is unacceptable. Join our fight. Save lives.
Trail by 27 after trailing by 26 at the half. They were still lost the quarter, so trying to slowly chip away, and they're going to have to get something going and in a hurry here.
But you saw some good things from that quarter. You had Cyrus Simmons be more aggressive, Griffith be more aggressive, and here's Klusmeyer now, lines it up.
Good look from Klusmeyer, not able to go. Offensive rebound, though, for the Cupies. McAllister kicks it back out. Or Griffith, I beg your pardon, will now take the shot. That one good. Cupies get the first points of this fourth quarter. Back to the press now. And Smith will have it. Smith plays it ahead to Maltzberger, and back down low to Porter. Good find from her. Maltzberger getting her first action, 5'7" junior.
And that's an excellent way to break the press. 3 quick passes, you find someone in the middle of the floor, and then you have Jada Porter running right to the basket for a layup.
And give Porter credit, even for her size. She got down there in a hurry. Mid-range jumper from Simons, no good. Quickly gets back, she'll try it again. That one also no good. Miller will pull it in. Miller now has a lane, splits the defense, puts it up, gets hacked on the way down, not able to cash in the layup, but she will head to the line.
And if you're Hickman, you just have to get a body in front of her. She went straight through the defense, right to the basket, and was able to draw the contact for the foul. You've got to get your body in front of her and stop her downward driving to the basket.
Miller looking to get into the double digits on scoring tonight. She's got 9 points, and she now has 10 with that free throw.
It kind of feels like a quiet 10. I feel like she's done most of her damage at the defensive end and also grabbing rebounds, too.
Nothing. Like good defense can often turn it off, and especially the way they've been running the floor, which definitely helps. But you're right, it has been a bit of a quiet 10. They've had a very balanced attack. People on the floor right now. Jada Porter leading the scoring. She's got 14. The Griffith now. Over to Carly Moore. Moore still has the top of the key. Back to Klusmeyer. They'll play a little catch. Klusmeyer now will break up the game of catch, work it inside, but that one's poked loose. Griffith there to get it back. She'll retreat down the baseline, finds a cutting Simons, and that one good. Trey Simons, she's got 8 on the night. Arnell with it, 6:24 remaining in this one.
If you're Hickman, you got to bring the ball pressure. Good steal.
Chivas' pass intercepted. Klusmeyer on the attack. That one blocked into the back row as Jada Porter tracked her down. Boy, it looked like Klusmeyer had the open lane. Porter had other ideas, running the floor. They'll knock that one out of bounds.
And that makes 3 blocks just in this half alone for Jada Porter. She is an ultimate rim protector.
Griffith has it, right baseline, fires it inside, and that one fouls. Klusmeyer shot no good, but she will head to the charity stripe. She's got 4 points on the evening, now 5. So try and add on number 6 here.
We've seen a couple Porters in the house. Saw Michael Porter Sr. walk in, watch his daughter play ball. Obviously, we know relation to MPJ, who plays for the Nuggets and NBA champion. So it runs in the family blood.
Can see where she's got the post moves from. That is for sure. Now Miller has it. She'll hand it off to Maltzberger. Back down low to Porter, and Porter will tack on points 15 and 16 of the night with the easy layup from the right pocket.
I think she heard you say something about her post moves. So
there you go. I mean, hey, you got the size. We'll take it. Klusmeyer now works it inside and pass a bit long out of the reach of Parnell as the intended target. So Bruins will take the turnover. It'll be Miller to inbound. Miller whips it over to McAllister. Quickly has a double team. She's going to have to tightrope along the sidelines. Now slashes over the middle. Finds Porter the other way. And Porter running the floor. Easy put in for 2. Porter might have gotten credit for the basket, but
that's all McAllister.
That was all McAllister. Good vision there. And once they were able to break that press, offense really opening up for them. They got 63 on the night. Whipped out now to Moore. Inside to Simon. Shot no good, off a foot, but that'll be tracked down by Parnell. Parnell has it back up to Simons, right side of the arc. They'll whip it around the world, and that one intercepted by Miller. Miller back to Maltzberger, back to the other side of McAllister. McAllister pulls it beyond the arc, quickly dishes it back into Miller. Miller, turnaround jumper, no good, gets her own rebound, and bit too eager on the attempt. Strong off the glass. Griffith has it. Over to Klusmeyer. Down inside, and that one swatted away by Chivas, but a bit too much contact there. As it'll be Parnell heading to the line. And, you know, if you're a Hickman, a little bit too little too late, but, I mean, if you're trying to get back into this game, this is the way to do it, by stopping the clock and getting to the free throw line. Stranger things have happened, though, as we got 4:31 remaining in this one. Parnell knocks that one in. That's her first point of the evening. Parnell, a freshman. listed as 5'9". She'll go through a free throw routine, but misses the second.
I think it's important to note that if we look at the district, that we see that Hickman and Rockbridge might be first and second in the district standings, which means it could potentially set up for a rematch in the postseason later on.
Yeah, this is not the best showing for Hickman. I think they're a much better team than they have shown, but you're right. We could very well see a rematch in the future. You know, both these teams came in with excellent records. And that one no good from Simons, knocked out of bounds, and possession arrow will stay with the Cupies.
Also to note, the winner of this game would get a leg up on the CMAC title because both teams are undefeated. So winner of this game would actually take over in first place in the CMAC.
A lot on the line here, and that one good. We'll see if it's a 3 or a long 2. It was Simons with the touch there from deep. She's got 10 on the evening. Chivas now will switch over. She gets a double team. That one poked away by Simons. Well, they may be trailing by double digits, but don't tell Sheree Simons that. Still all over the floor on both ends. His Butts will collect the rebound. Or inbound, I beg your pardon. Over to Porter. Ellie Porter gets it knocked loose from Griffith. Griffith with the strip. Picks her pocket. Now she'll carry it up the floor the other way. Chest pass over to Klusmeyer. Fakes the shot. Steps inside the arc. Back over to Griffith. Griffith now into the corner. That one's an air ball. Down low to catch it was Chivas. And crowds remaining in this one, barring a large comeback from the Cupies. Butts fires it ahead to Miller. Miller overhead pass. Chivas works it inside. Out to Butts. She's got an open look. Decides to put it back on the deck. She'll work at the top of the key with the right hand. Switches to her left now. Over the left side of the arc. Back up top of the key to Corrado. Corrado hands it off to Butts. They continue to burn some clock here as Chivas has it. She'll put up the 3. Top of the key. Connects.
And if that feels like the dagger now.
If it wasn't that lady's
already
warming up the pipes. That is for sure. Cupies now. Trying to mostly fill out the stat sheet at this point. Yeah, you know, at this point in the game, you're trying to build a little momentum heading into the next one. That one knocked loose. Cupies' next game will be against Link Academy on January 29th.
And Link's actually building a pretty good program there in Branson. That was actually Rockbridge's last loss. So Rockbridge came into this game winning 10 of their last 11, but their one loss was to Link Academy by a singular point.
So that should be a good test for him, as the Bruins now going to empty the bench as Miller subs out. Ellie Porter's still in the game, though. Back up to Butts. Butts being guarded by Moore. Callister dancing around, gets it back to Butts, right in front of the bench. She'll pull back, just under 2 minutes remaining in this one. Ellie Porter, bounce pass, stolen. Here comes Griffiths the other way. She's got a clear path to the lane and will easily put that one in with the right hand. Hickman gonna make some substitutions. Coming in is Caroline Eastman, along with Georgia Davis. Coming out of the game was Griffith, Simons, and Klusmeyer. Zapian Patterson, Amari Zapian Patterson is checking into the game for the first time. 5'8" sophomore, listed as a point guard. Strupp, we'll get back to Butts. Butts top of the key, under a minute 30 here in this one. Time continues to tick away. Callister back to Butts. She'll try to cut toward the lane, but a whistle will stop that attempt before it can count. Foul is on Hickman. Foul was on Hall. Ellie Porter will now head to the bench. Coming in is Nia Strupp. First up was our Allie Maltzberger, now into the game for her. Maltzberger will inbound, gives it to Butts. Back to Maltzberger. Hands it back to Butts. Tough shot and will not fall. Bit short on that one, but a foul is called on Carly Moore. 1:08 remaining in this one. 66-39. Your score is Bruins beating down their crosstown rival in the Battle of Providence Road. First free throw, no good.
And it's impressive that they're going to extend their win streak against Hickman to 12 games in a row. And it's another year where Hickman just can't get it done against Rockbridge. But we talked about they might have a second shot at them later down in the road.
I suspect, too, his second free throw, no good. Rebound attempt missed there. But I suspect that one will be much closer. As we mentioned, this is still a very good Hickman team. I mean, they came into this one in their last 10 games, 7-3 in their last 10, and before losing to Elias on Tuesday, they were riding a 5-game win streak on top of that. So now the losing streak going to extend to 2, but this is a team that was playing really well coming into this one, and kind of just an off night for them.
I think that just goes to show the coaching ability of Jill Nagel. She had her team ready. She knew what the game plan was. They were going to hunker down low on Klusmeyer and make it hard for her to score. And they were going to double Griffith when she was dribbling on the drives. And they don't have as many shooters as Rockbridge does for those kick-out 3 opportunities. And Rockbridge, they had hands on the basketball all night, forcing turnovers, getting offensive rebounds. It really feels like they just out-hustled Hickman in this game.
Yeah, really good adjustments, too, after that first half, because it was a 4-point game after the first quarter, so good adjustments from the Bruins. Hall going 2 for 2 from the line, so that'll cut into this lead a little bit. Is Porter now the other way, or Hall, I beg your pardon, the other way. Ball still loose, Butts picks it up. Now she's got a 2-on-0. And she'll pull up the brakes and try and dribble this one out, it looks like. 18 seconds left. She'll retreat towards the Bruins logo at center court.
And then she might just dribble this one out.
And I think she will. So Bruins going to improve to 14-3. Final horn will sound, and that is it here for this inter-Columbia rivalry. Rockbridge wins this one 66-41. We thank you for giving us a little bit of your time this evening. Any final thoughts you have of this matchup overall?
I was just impressed with Jada Porter, one. She really carried the load at the beginning of the game, helped the offense settle in, and then constant kickouts. You had Mari Miller running the point at times, Tyler McAllister. They are so fast and so speedy, but the best part of their game is their vision. When they drive, what do they look to do? They look to pass. And that set up Ellie Porter, who really had an amazing night. 12 points, 4 for 5 from 3. Just an all-around team effort. We talked about how many different scores they had and how deep that bench goes, and that really gave Rockbridge the edge in what was a really good home win.
A commanding home win at that over rival. Has to feel good. That's all we have for you. I'm Mitch Kaminsky. Alongside me, Hudson Summerall. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If you are a Rockbridge fan, we know you enjoyed the outcome. Have a nice rest of your night.
Thanks for watching Columbia Public Schools live high school basketball coverage, made possible through a partnership between the networks of Mid-Missouri, CPS Athletics, the Columbia Area Career Center, and Sticklin & Sticklin.
This is